Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hello and welcome children to your social studies class. So let's continue our lesson number 1 of history subject. What is history? In our last 2 classes we have seen the meaning of history, that is the science that tries to understand past events is called history, right? Then we saw the scientific method of history, how we study the history in a scientific way. Now let's see history and us. That means how history is related to us. The study of science helps us to find the answers to many questions. For example, environmental science studies the problems of the degradation of the environment, pollution, etc., and looks for their solutions. In the same way, every science has its own areas of study. History studies events of the past. Here we can see that there are different kinds of sciences, right? Environmental science. Then there is a science which studies the human body. Okay, there is a science that studies the about the plants and the animals, that is called zoology, right? Then there is a science that studies the solar system and different kinds of physical features that are there in the world, that is called geography, right? The same way, the science that studies the events of past is called history. Okay, now individual or collective actions of human beings have consequences. That means whatever event happens or whatever decision a human being makes, it has to go through its consequences also. Consequences means the results of it. Okay, it could be good, it could be bad, it could be anything, right? The result in an environment that may be either favorable or unfavorable for the progress of society. That means it could be good for the progress of society, or it could be bad for the progress of society. This affects our day-to-day life. For example, if the people of a village work together and help one another, the village makes good progress. However, if the people cannot come together, it puts obstacle in the way of its development, right? If the people are not together, like they are fighting between each other because of something, then the village will not develop. Okay, because they cannot, they will never come to a conclusion, yes, that we have to do this. Okay, this will never happen, so the village will never progress. So history attempts to find out answers to many questions by studying the way of thinking of the past society, their actions, and the consequences. Okay, so history attempts to find answers. Okay, in history we try to find answers by asking questions, that why this happened, how this happened, where this happened. Okay, we study about the different societies, we study about the different actions of the people, and then we see the consequences of it. The study of history makes it possible for us to study what is and what is not favorable for the progress of human society. Like we learn from our past mistakes, right? So when we study history, we see that okay, people have done this, it was good for the society or bad for the society. If it was bad for the society, we won't do it again, right? If it was good for the society, sure, we will do it again. Okay, so that is why we study history. History thus provides us with guidelines about how we should behave today in order to shape a good future, right? So history gives us an idea, it gives us a guideline how we should live our life, and what are the things we should do and what are the things we should avoid doing. so that we can have a good future. By telling us the life stories of great people, history also serves to inspire and motivate us. By studying history, we get to know about the give and take that took place between our own and the other civilizations. We learn about the progress of human civilization. We also understand how people's way of life went changing, right? When we study history, we study about different people. Like we have studied in history about Mahatma Gandhi, Chacha Nehru, then big kings we have studied. Okay, so all these people inspire us. The good things they have done, it inspire us to do the same, right? Then by studying history, we get to know the give and take that happened between two civilizations or two societies, two villages, two countries, two peoples. It could be anything, right? Then we learn about the progress of human civilization, like how we used to live in early stages, early days on the in the civilization. Then how the humans started civilizing, how they progressed in civilization. All right, like for example, right now the way we live our life, do our parents, they when they were small, do they also had the same things? Like now you have mobile phones, then you have video games, then you see, if you don't find any answers, if you don't find anything, you go and just google it, right? Then you find the answers easily. But does your parents had these facilities? No, they didn't. Okay, they used to ask people, they used to read books to know the answers. Okay, so nowadays everything is very easy for us. So this is how we have progressed our civilization. All right, so the things we have now, maybe after 10 years it will be more developed, everything will be more developed, right? So this is the progress of civilization. Every village, city, district, state and country has its own history. Similarly, the earth, its mountains, water bodies, and animal world, mankind, all have their own history. Everything has its history. Like, for example, this book. This paper was once a tree, right? Then it was cut, then it sent to the factory, then it become the paper, they produced the paper, then it was printed, then it was made into a book, then it was sold on the stores, right? So this book came a long way. It was a tree, right, at the beginning. So this book has its own history also. Understood? So everything, every village, city, the earth, the mountains, the water bodies, everything on this earth has its own history. Understood? Now, every science too has a history. It tells of the many scientific discoveries that brought about important changes in human civilizations and of the scientists who made those discoveries, right? So every science has a history, right? Like for example, telephone. Okay, so the telephone, when telephone was not there, people used to write letters, they used to send their messages through the people. Okay, so they used to send messages with the birds, right? So there were different ways of sending messages when phones were not there. But then Graham Bell invented phone, and what happened after that? After, when the phone was invented, our lives becomes very easy. Sending messages became easy, right? So that is how every science has its own history and the scientific discoveries. It changes the society, and it also changed the life of the person that discovered the thing. All right, so the past and the future, we are going to study this part in our next class, inshallah. I'll see you in your next class. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.